Hello everyone, Egan here with TrackMania, and today I'll be showing you all the basics of creating a track. First thing you do, load track, advanced, and here you select a decoration. I've only done day, but I think I want to try night. Alright, so first thing, hold Alt and left click to move in this fashion, Alt and right click to turn in this way, so this is what night is. Scroll in and out while holding Alt to zoom in and out, and then if you scroll in and out without Alt, you change the position or height of where you're placing blocks. Most important blocks that can be difficult to find at first go into folder 2 again, and here we have the checkpoint, the start line, and the finish line. So if I go over here, enter racing mode or press enter. Oh, so the enter does it exactly where you are. Let me change that. So press enter for any location or click on the race car and you can see a little arrow that says where you're starting. Place it where you want it, click it, and we got the start line, the checkpoint, and the finish line. Next most important thing is probably this one, which is basically it's how you do laps, for lack of a better term. So again, enter racing mode, place, and boom. Start line with checkpoints, kind of. Let me see about... Okay, so you have to have at least one checkpoint for a track. I'm going to go ahead and place a checkpoint here real quick. And now we're going to validate the track. 3 laps. I'm sure somewhere you can change it, but I haven't really looked into where yet. That'll probably be in a more advanced video. But there's 1 lap, 2 laps, and done. And the validation, and we have a validated track. So the validation is how you actually have a challenge if you want to send this to a friend so that they can race against you. Anyway, that's 2 of the most basic things. The next is this piece. If I hold down and drag, it'll make a connection like that. If I just click, it won't connect them. But if I already have them together, I can again just drag and it'll connect them. That's fairly important to know. The next thing I want to go over is the loops. So obviously a loop is fairly simple. Just place the pieces and boom, we have a loop. But very important, if you place a loop like this, go into racing mode over here, and as you will see, why did I start there? Anyway, forward, forward, forward. I can barely get onto it because it's not flat. In fact, if I don't have speed, I can't get onto it at all. So what you have to use is this folder 5 here with this little connection piece. Connect dark to dark, light goes out, and now, which we don't even have to start on it anymore, I get onto this, and this goes straight onto the loop, which I am not going to be able to climb up. But there's that. Another important aspect is there's another version of the start loop, which is in folder 6 all the way into folder 8, and here we only have the bottom pieces, which do still connect over in folder 5 to these pieces, so that you can still make your loop. But let's go ahead and put that piece as well. They don't connect with this. If I go down in here, scroll in, get a better view, this doesn't connect in either location at all. So what you have to do is go back over to folder 6, folder 8, or sorry, not folder 8, folder 2, and then these pieces connect right into it just fine, which actually combine with these pieces very nicely. Folder 1 has the stock piece. Go ahead and put them like that, and you can see it's like the racetracks you play in solo mode, and it actually works out fairly nicely. And you can't really do anything about this little area here, unfortunately, but still works fairly well. Still important to remember that you need these things. Unfortunately, if you go to folder 8, these pieces aren't going to work for that. if I place a few of them together real quick, we'll do 3 long of that style, 3 long of this style, and 3 long of this style. Run over on here with the little car, and you will see I go over, and there was a drop. I can't get up that side. I can't get up this side. And as you can see to the right in front of me, even this one actually has quite a big drop. So those pieces will not allow you to go in a straight line very well. I'm not sure why they included those, honestly. So you have to use folder 2 if you want to make a decent track in terms of going to loops. And then these little aesthetics make it so people can't run off the edge and make it look cooler as well. Next thing to go over would probably be... oh, signs. That would be the next most important thing. So these are some of the signs. We also have the track pieces can have signs. I believe folder 2? No, folder 1? No? Folder 4. I don't know. Somewhere there's other pieces that also have... oh, right here. There's a sign. So if you click on this little bucket over here, change down here, change skin of the current block. Click on it and you can see that all these change to a weird blue color. Click on it and you can change the sign. Sign right. Click on here. If you just click OK, it won't change it. You'll have to click sign right again despite being highlighted. And now you have a right facing sign, or a wrong way sign, or a warning sign, which I like to use when you need to slow down. So do a lot of others. That is how you'd place signs so that you can tell people where on your track you want them to go. And I think the next most important thing to show you will be how to change the camera when you're racing. So be right back with a decent track. And by decent, I really just mean I can actually complete the loop. So we have this little track here. Before you even think about doing camera stuff, the game will force you to validate the track in order to do anything. So let's validate the track real quick. Doesn't matter what view you're in, it won't really affect anything, so I'm just going to stay down here for now. Go through, complete the loop-to-loop that I almost didn't have enough speed to complete, and track validated. So we want to end the validation. We go over to enter replay mode. We want to edit in-game with a new clip. Well, actually, first thing we want to do is remove this clip. Yes. We want to add clip. We will select the position we want to force them to go into that internal view. So right about here, the earliest location they enter the block is where it'll go. Click again to remove it. So we're going to put it right about here. Once here, we want to edit trigger. It'll bring us to this view. Add track, camera race, set the block N to 0.00 to ensure everything works fine. Set it to internal. We want the camera race to keep, which means the player is not allowed to leave this camera view for as long as they're in this clip. And this is all set up. So next we add another clip for the other side so that it ends. We want it to end about here. We want to edit the trigger. Add another track, camera race. Again, set the N to 0.00. This time we don't want it to keep playing because we want them to be able to choose their view. Set it to behind and exit. It will change this. Anytime anything about the track's changed, you'll have to revalidate. So we validate the track. We go forward. And as we come down here and enter it, we're forced into this view just as we wanted. And as we exit, we're removed back into that view. So it's nice and clean and the way we want it. One final thing I'm going to note is with these type of blocks, when you have a start line and you want to be able to get onto it, there's no good way to get onto it. So you have to place them slightly above the track. Go over to folder 5 with these stuff, over to folder 5 where you had the connection for the other version of the loop, and piece 4 is the connection for which has to be placed in the air because reasons that I don't know what are. So let's remove those. Folder 2, start line. Now we're connected to a piece that's very similar to what we want. Go over to folder 6, grab our pieces, and we can connect to whatever we please in terms of these very nice racetrack pieces. And I think that's about everything you need to know to begin your track editing experience. Save the track if you want to be able to actually challenge someone and keep it. And that should be everything you need to... Oh, one more thing. If you click this little circle, you have the medal, the times to get the different medals. Your time will never be changeable, and each of the other 3 can never be decreased. But if you want there to be more time, like say it takes a minute for gold based on the inputs given, you can change that to say a minute 10 if you want it to be an extra 10 seconds longer and still get gold. But I believe that is everything you need to begin your basic editing experience with TrackMania. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you have any comments, concerns, questions, please leave them in the comment description below. I am happy to receive feedback about what more I could have added to this video. And as always, may you have a great day. Later.